bro, like what do you say at this point? Like, to be honest with you, and I'm gonna let you in on a little bit about me. Like, you would think I served in the military or something like that, or did a couple tours or stints somewhere. No, I just don't like going in crowds no more. And everything that has happened in the past couple of days has been proving me right. Some people was like, oh man, what y'all gonna do for New Year's? I'm staying home. Staying home. I watch the ball drop on the TV, maybe go to church, watch it online. Like, going and going in crowds it just makes me so nervous these days. And I don't like the feeling, because I'm always worried. Not necessarily saying I'm living in fear or nothing like that, bro. But it's just like, man, it's so much hatred going on right now. And I don't know why. Why? What's up with all the hatred, bro? Like, you got the Bourbon Street incident. Now you got this thing that happened in Queens, New York. Then you got the Tesla Cybertruck situation. Like, what's going on?
Officials in Vegas talking now about the Cybertruck attack there at the Trump Hotel. Let's listen in.
As many of you went to sleep last night, and I just want to give you an update on a lot of what it is that we found through the processing of the Cybertruck. This is a joint investigation involving the FBI, the ATF, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and these folks worked through the night and found a lot of stuff that is very useful for this investigation. As you look at this Cybertruck here, we had to transport this down to our fleet services so that we could really get through this thing. And I remind you that the subject inside wasn't able to be removed for a very long period of time because he was burnt beyond recognition. And so as we continue to move through this, I'm going to talk a little bit about his identity and what we believe, but I would like to highlight a couple of things that the teams found inside of the Cybertruck that are useful to the investigation. And that, first and foremost, is a military identification. We also found a passport. We found a Desert Eagle 50 caliber semi-automatic pistol. And if you'll notice on a lot of these guns that we're going to talk about here, they're almost just burnt beyond recognition as well. There's a SLR model B30 semi-automatic firearm, number of fireworks that were still in the vehicle that had to be removed. Notably, we found an iPhone and a smartwatch, and then several credit cards were also in the name of our subject. Our subject is 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger. He's of Colorado Springs, Colorado, born July 22nd of 1987. Now, as you'll see here on a picture of his driver's license, let's see, the question really still remains for me, and I know that there's a lot of you folks in the media that are identifying this person as the person in our vehicle. As I mentioned to you already, his body is burnt beyond recognition, and I do still not have confirmation 100% that that is the individual that was inside of our vehicle. And so as I'm calling it now, the subject or person of interest, I will not come back until I have the confirmation through DNA or medical records that this is indeed, in fact, the subject inside of the vehicle. Now, further complicating this identification of this individual, we also discovered through the coroner's office that the individual had sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. One of the handguns was found at his feet inside of the vehicle. Obviously, in how we're trying to identify him, and I'm feeling comfortable to give you this information, is a tremendous amount of substantial evidence to include he rented the Turo vehicle.
That was another thing, bro. When I heard it, I was like, man, that means somebody's out of a Tesla, because I've heard of people using Turo to, like, it was at one point in time, Turo was so heavily talked about as people using that as a business, going and buy like a Tesla or exotic vehicle or something like that and leasing it on Turo for people to use for whatever, was it music videos or whatever type of job they were doing. They were leasing those vehicles out. So when I heard Turo, I was like, wow. wow, bro. And then I'm glad they moved the camera off of dude's face, because like he just looks like he's familiar to me. And when I say familiar, it's like I would have known him. You know what I'm saying? I'm anxious to see when they comb through like social media and see if there were any things leading up to this that would have like been signs that this could have happened. Was he married? If he was married, did his wife pick up on it, or a girlfriend pick up on it? Did the family pick up on something he was going through? This just sounded like somebody was going through something.
There are 2 tattoos, one of which was on the stomach and one of which is on the arm, that we can see bits and pieces of it as in comparison to what it is that we now know he had on his body. That has given us a lot of confidence that this is, in fact, the same person. As well as the clearly obvious, which is the credit cards, the military identification, the passport. And then furthermore, as you'll see here in just a very short period of time, we tracked his movements from Colorado to Las Vegas, and in a number of the photographs that we were able to determine, he was the individual that was driving the vehicle. And also, I'd like to iterate this point to you. We still have only ever seen him in this vehicle, and we're not aware of any other subjects involved in this particular case. Now, I would like to acknowledge a couple of things because I know what's going on in the social media world, and there are a number of things in this case that are similar to the attack in New Orleans. We do know that our subject here served in the military. In fact, he's a current member of the military. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues to remain under investigation. I also know that they both served in Afghanistan in 2009. We don't have any evidence that they were in the same province in Afghanistan, the same location, or the same unit. Again,
look at all the gas cans, man. 1, 2, 3. It's like one of those kerosene cans or whatever. So 4, 5, 6. I'm counting. And it probably could be more, maybe something up under here. And what is all this other stuff, bro? Like, this is insane. Insane, bro. Like, oh my gosh, man. Like, this is a heck of a way to start the year off, bro.
Something else that remains under investigation. And we also know, of course, that they both used the rental company Turo to rent their vehicles. As far as his military background, it's been confirmed by DOD that he was indeed in the United States Army. He was also a Green Beret operations sergeant who spent most of his time at Fort Carson, Colorado, and in Germany. He was on approved leave from Germany, where he was serving with the 10th Special Forces Group. He was also previously in the National Guard and the Army Reserve. I'd like to point out to you that through exceptional joint investigative effort, we've gotten to a place where we believe we can show you his route to Las Vegas from Colorado, and Carlos will put up the map there for you. And we know that he rented the Cybertruck in Denver on December 28th. We tracked his movements through the Tesla charging stations to Monument, Colorado on December 30th. On the 31st of December, the truck was charged in Trinidad, Colorado, Las Vegas, New Mexico, and Albuquerque and Gallup, New Mexico. On January 1st, the truck was charged in Holbrook, Flagstaff, and Kingman, Arizona. We last tracked the truck in Kingman at 05:33 yesterday morning. The truck was first spotted in Las Vegas at 7:29 a.m. yesterday. And Carlos will pull up a picture of the truck pulling onto Fashion Show Drive here. And that picture was observed at about 7:34 a.m. We know that he pulled into the Trump Valet, and I believe we have a video of that. You can see the Cybertruck highlighted there.
Like, y'all really trying to ruin these Cybertrucks for me, huh? I really wanted one when they first was was coming out. Like, nobody in my family likes the Cybertruck. Go back and look at the Cybertruck, bro. You know what I mean? I know this has nothing to do with anything, but y'all are really trying to ruin this for me, man. It's either you love it or you hate it. I liked it, bro. I seen the one Shaq has, the one he has, super, super dope. Like, and seen the one like people have. Yes, I know there've been a ton of recalls. Yes, I know the issues that presented with them. But darn, I wanted one, man. My family hate them, though. They call them little refrigerators driving around.
So through extensive surveillance video, we were able to track him leaving there, and we know that he went to several different places along Las Vegas Boulevard, and he spent some time in a parking lot of a business near Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. We then have a video of the truck pulling back onto Las Vegas Boulevard from the Sands. You see that there? That's north on the boulevard from Sands at 8:39, where he then immediately heads to the Trump Hotel, pulls into the valet area, and as of course you all know, the explosion occurs within 17 seconds of his arrival at the valet. There's some additional investigative updates that are going to be provided to you by a couple of the other speakers here, the first of which will be our special agent in charge of the FBI local office.
When I first got the information, though, I thought that the Tesla malfunctioned and somebody was trapped inside of it. Because I was like, woo. You know, everything we've been hearing about the Teslas lately and all the recalls and different things like that. I saw a video on TikTok of a dude, and he was stuck inside of his Tesla because the battery had went dead, and I guess he didn't know how to manually open the door. So he was stuck inside while they were trying to get some charge to it so he could power it up to get out of the vehicle. So in my mind, I instantly thought, yo, this is about to be crazy. Plus, I had been paying attention to Tesla anyway because the numbers were supposed to report and they came in low. So I was already thinking about the stock in the company possibly going down. And then I was like, this is going to be bad. But then more information came out and it was like, no, like this person might have did this to himself and like did this in front of the, the Trump Hotel.
Good morning. My name is Spencer Evans. I'm the special agent in charge of the FBI's Las Vegas division. As the sheriff mentioned, we've been working through the night with our partners, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and other agencies, to gather all the facts and determine a motive to what was initially reported to the FBI as a bombing incident, to which our special agent bomb techs and others responded. Obviously, we're always concerned in these sorts of events to ascertain what the motive is. We understand that's everybody's at the forefront of everyone's thoughts. And so looking into exactly what the motivation is remains our #1 priority. This is why the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force has been brought into play. The Joint Terrorism Task Force, most important part of that acronym is joint. It is done in concert with our partners, which are comprised of more than a dozen investigative agencies here throughout the state of Nevada. We've been working hand in glove, side by side, tirelessly to determine, is there any ongoing threat to the public, to identify the subject, to determine any potential connection to other events going on in the world, most notably in New Orleans, and then obviously to determine if there's anything else that we need to be tracking down. At this time, as the sheriff's pointed out, we feel that the subject has been identified, although not conclusively, waiting for DNA evidence on that front. However, we do feel like we have the subject identified, and at this time there is no information about additional subjects that the FBI is tracking on. Our resources, as I mentioned, that have been deployed in support of this event include Special Agent Bomb Techs, our evidence response team, which is processing crime scenes, side by side with the forensics folks from Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, our investigators, our intelligence analysts, and then outside of the FBI Las Vegas field office, we have investigative leads that are being conducted by FBI field offices, both internationally and domestically as well. As always, when the FBI is involved with any sort of case like this, we ask for help for the public. Anyone with information related to this incident, we encourage you to please call 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. We've already received thousands of tips related to this incident. The challenge that we face moving forward is to separate those that are pertinent and relevant and those that can be verified for those from those that have not. For example, one of the tips that we received just today relates to information alluding to this subject's personal experiences related to his time and activity in the military. Again, that's unverified and uncorroborated, but one of many tips and leads that we will be following up in the days that come.
Do Dior bags fly, for one? I see all of these people talking about Dior bags in the air, Dior bags flying around the U.S. and Ukraine, wherever else. The hell if I know, but Dior bags flying?
Yes.
Y'all gotta be out of y'all god doggone minds. What's wrong with you people?
Listen, folks, it's New Year's Day here in Manila, and I've stayed out of the Dior bag situation, even though I know what's going on. But I've been hearing about this fog all over the world, and I actually told my mother yesterday, I said, well, there's no fog in Manila. I've never seen fog in Manila. Guys, I'm going to stop the video and flip this camera around. There is fog in Manila, and there shouldn't be fog. It is hot as hell here all the time. The water's hot. The air's hot, everything's hot, and the fog is so dense. I mean, this is a cityscape, you can't see. Listen, I'm saying, and I hate to say it, we're within days of something catastrophic happening worldwide. There's fog everywhere around the world, and even in the South Pacific, there's fog now. And there's a stench to it, too. It's not just like a normal fog. It burns the nostrils. It's a thick fog.
See, that's another person talking about the stench. Not even in the same location that other people were talking about it. Talking about the stench. Like, bro, we're all bracing ourselves for something. Something, fam. I don't know what it is. And then we've had these two tragedies happen on the first and second day of the new year. The New Orleans and now the Vegas incident with the Cybertruck. Like, bro, what is going on?
It's almost just like... Listen, folks, it's New Year.
This Reddit user recorded a black object in the sky.
Oh my god. Another UAP in the daytime. What time is it? 1 o'clock. And that's being behind a cloud. Why do I always find them? This is in Manchester, UK. Literally not moving. Left, right, up, down. Doing nothing.
This is why I keep saying, bro, 2025 is the year that we all get phones. If it's time for your upgrade, I ain't trying to tell you to spend no money. But if it is time for your upgrade, we need phones that have like an extreme zoom. Like we need to be able to zoom in. That way, if it's an aircraft or a spaceship or whatever, we can see who's on the inside of it. That's what type of cameras we need, bro. If they ain't willing to make those or sell those to us, we don't need to buy none.
Literally just staying there. It's definitely an orb. See? Look how small it is. It's defo an orb. This is on an iPhone 13 Pro Max, so it's not like super duper camera, but that's not a balloon, it's too high. There you've got a plane in view now. And that is definitely an orb, not a balloon. It's even got like a chromey colour, I don't know. Oh! Do you see what it did then? Do you see that? It just like disappeared and then come back. That is not moving at all. Cloud is. Cloud's moving, look, underneath it. Because I'm just sat still. I'm just stood still. That cloud underneath. Right now is moving underneath it. That orb is not moving anywhere. %100% UFO, UAP, orb, whatever you want to call it. Manchester, UK. Let's see what it does. See if it zooms off. It's got no clouds to hide behind for a while. So.
See, this would be me all day right here doing this. I wouldn't care to do nothing else. I'd be calling into work to my employer, bro. Like, hey, man, I'm gonna go on and be honest with you, bro. It's Dior bags outside, fam. I can't make it in. I need to know what's going on. Like, I'm being honest with him at least, bro. Like, that would be my call into work.
Hopefully it'll do something now. Come on, do so. Oh. I think that might be my zoom focusing. Or is it cloud? I don't know. Maybe my zoom focus. No, that's my video. That's how far it is.
So the Dior bags are real. They are our Dior bags, and I have cross-referenced this now with people that have worked in organizations that we have heard of who know about other organizations we have never even heard of and operations to make these Dior bags. And the one thing that the multiple people keep saying is that truth is stranger than fiction, and fiction has become reality, and that there are many things.
I have been down a rabbit hole for hours, and now I'm terrified. Rabbit hole number 1. Have you seen these Dior bags in the sky? Have you seen the weird fog? Have you seen the videos about the Carrington event, or how they're predicting the Carrington event is going to happen to us, but much worse? Any thoughts? Because now I'm truly terrified. I have been...
Exactly, it's sacred geometry. Okay, so the orbs are recreating constellations in the sky, all right? When you have certain nodes in space and time, if they connect in a certain way through an energy link, an invisible energy link, energy is amplified. The planets and the stars are just the blueprints. They're just like the formula, the ones that work. Because it's already decided up there how things are gonna go, right? So the orbs know that formula works and they just mimic it. That's why they mimic the constellations. If you throw a lot of magnets in a bowl, they're gonna rearrange themselves because of law of physics, yeah? This is all about energy, this whole thing, and the way that they connect with each other just amplifies it. And constellations are the blueprint. Exactly, it's sacred geometry.
Okay, so hopefully I don't get banned for this, but I am going to explain to you what these Dior bags are. And I'm sorry for my voice, but I've been really sick. These Dior bags are basically codename that Bethany Frankel, which I really like, has given for the drones that are going around all the U.S. And basically she speaks in, Dior bags because she doesn't want to get banned, because there's so many conspiracies going around, and a lot of people are freaking out because it seems very similar to what was going on pre-COVID and the whole crazy things that,
But why would somebody's channel be banned for speaking out on things that's even on the news? These topics aren't just grasped out of thin air. No, these are topics that are being discussed on the news. The drones, the orbs, all of that is being discussed. That makes no sense to me, though. That's frustrating to know that's happening.
We're gonna look at the sky together, and you're gonna tell me if it looks like a normal sky. Mind you, it has looked like this for days. I can't see anything in the sky because there is something covering it. What is this? I am in South Florida, and you cannot see shit. You literally like besides like the street lights. Like truly, the whole sky is fogged out. I'm in South Florida. I know that this is happening in other states because I see your posts. What's going on? And this is just at night. It's been like this during the day, every day, 4 days. When I go outside to take a walk, it feels dystopian. Everything around me looks gray. I have not seen any sunshine whatsoever. I know that this is happening in other states because I see your posts. So it's just like, what is going on? Is this to cover up the Dior bags? Is this like, let me know what you think in the comments, because I know other people are noticing this.
This is real life, real time. This is what I'm looking at right now that's in the sky. Don't know what it is. Came out of nowhere, really. But this shit is so real. Excuse my language, but this is the real deal. I said I wasn't gonna believe it till I seen it, and here it is. It's huge, you guys. I'm so far away from this thing, and that thing is still huge. Oh my gosh. They not lying.
I'm just laughing at the way she say huge, bro. I love it. I like to hear people talk. Like, a lot of people say that from Memphis, and now I'm hearing, is that how y'all say it out there in Texas too? That has nothing to do with anything I know. I just like that. Like,
that thing is still huge. Oh my gosh. They not lying.
Going slow.
It is going slow and it's just hovering. This is the real deal. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what I'm seeing right now. I know y'all really can't see, but that right there that's in that sky is right there in that sky. Don't supposed to be there. And they turned the light on. Look, they turned the light back on. And it ain't even, what time? It's 6 o'clock. This thing wants to be seen. Whatever it is. Look, you see that light? Oh my gosh. We parked on the side of the freeway, really just watching it. This is Dallas, Texas, right off 75.
now everybody want to say blimp. It's a blimp. It's a blimp. It's a blimp. When have we seen this many blimps in the sky? Yes, a few of them could be blimps. I'm not debating that. What I'm saying is, when the last time you've seen that many blimps, though? Everybody from where they live at are seeing blimps. That's my issue with everybody saying that.
2025 has started off like I'm watching a movie. The first incident that I heard was on New Year's Eve, that Puerto Rico had a power outage that was so major. Then in Germany, 5 people were killed from fireworks. And then in Hawaii, there was a massive New Year's Eve fireworks explosion where it caused at least 3 dead and major injured. And I don't know if this one was symbolic, but there was a Tesla car by Elon Musk was blown up right in front of Trump building. And then they came out with a bigger banger for New Year's. 15 people have been confirmed dead and many injured from the major incident now known as a terrorist attack in New Orleans. I'm going to finish off here. If you haven't already watched the Sean Ryan show with Sarah Adams, 2 weeks ago, she talked about Al-Qaeda have already been training people. And she said by 2025, it's definitely going to be terrorism in certain parts of the states. Now, if you ask me, do I think this is any coincidence? No, but I would advise people take this as precaution, as a warning. If I were you, I wouldn't go out to big major places, but also I would be very prayed up as well. The reason why I mentioned Sarah Adams was also what caught my attention was because I made a video where God actually showed me something that was very symbolic of 9/11, the date. I knew he didn't mean actually something was going to happen on that day, but I knew from further on reading the Bible and listening to the word of God that he said to me that 9/11, there would be a further event and that there would be something very similar to 9/11, but it would be worse or bigger. And if you also didn't already know, The calendar that we all pretty much live on with New Year's Eve, and we have these Easter and Christmas, all these holidays are pagan for a reason because they're not actually biblical, which is why I also don't celebrate the calendar holidays, is because there's actually a darkness behind it. Based on the incidents that just happened, this is literally evidence to see how there's a dark force behind calendar days, holidays that people are celebrating. I don't feel like this is just a coincidence, but it's definitely a demonic influence. 2025 has started off like I'm watching a movie.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back to bed, to be honest with you, bro. Like, I feel like we need to all just go back to sleep and try this again. If we wake up and chaos is still going on, just don't get out the bed. Roll back over till the next day and try it again. If we got to treat this thing like Groundhog's Day, bro, we just got to keep trying until we get it right. Because this year is starting off crazy. I didn't even know half of that what she was talking about had happened. That just makes it even worse. Even worse, bro. Along with everything else we're trying to figure out. It's like we're all just, it's like we're in quicksand, bro, and we're sinking and we're sinking and we're just trying to stay up. Like, we need to figure out a way to stop this stuff, bro. She says demonic. I said a lot of it's hatred. Like, we can meet in the middle and just be like, yo, whatever it is, man, we need to figure something out. This can't continue.